So this is an exercise that I love to call face jam, and you can do it with a whole bunch of people at once. We're going to have just 2 people today, and it's all about the elements that make up a face, particularly a face in comics. Some simple simple things, and also this is a little bit about how characters can come about. So I'm just going to divide this into 8. We're going to so we're going to start with the shape of a head. So when I was, I don't know, I was probably about 8 or so. Oops, sorry. I was about 8 or so, and my cousin Pepper decided to show me. She was a teenager. Decided to show me how to draw a perfect girl. So she said that the shape of a face was sort of, was an oval like that. But in comics, the shape of a head can also be that, or that, or that. So why don't you go ahead and draw 4 head shapes pretty rapidly. Good. So now we have these shapes. They're going to become characters. So, and then the next thing my cousin said to draw was the neck and shoulders. So she showed me that a neck kind of has this curve to it. And there were shoulders. And then if you're drawing shoulders, you should draw a neckline. And then she scandalized me with this, which I thought was amazing. So this is going to be a girl. So that can be a neck and shoulders. But a neck and shoulders can also be that, or it can be this. So why don't you go ahead and draw some necks and shoulders. I'll do this right here. Give them a little neckline. All right. So now we have these head shapes, necks and shoulders. And so then my cousin says, so the next thing that's important is hair. And you know, this is a teenage girl that we're drawing. She has to have perfect hair. 1962. This was the hairstyle that everybody wanted, which was this big bouffant. Oh, I forgot ears. Actually, it's ears that come next. Nope, it's hair. So there's hair. But hair can also be this. Oops. Or it can be this. So why don't you go ahead and just put some hair on these people. So many choices. So, you know, human beings we're kind of, we are born with this capacity to recognize upright faces. So pretty much anything that's in the position that's where it's supposed to be on a human face is going to read as that. So ears, my cousin, I grew up in a Filipino family, and we considered big earlobes to be very beautiful. So here, my cousin would show me how to draw these ears with these nice big earlobes and earrings. But ears can also just be that. They can be this up here. They can be, like little kids say, the letter C with a question mark. And so why don't you go ahead and put some ears on it.
Barry?
Yeah. This one.
Oh.
Where are we going to put him? Tiny little ear. There, a little shy ear. And then so now we come to the thing that makes people quit drawing, which is noses. But again, because we're sort of built to recognize upright faces, anything in the nose position is going to read as a nose. But my cousin tells me that, this is again in 1962, that the cutest nose, and it was only true in 1962, is a turned up nose. So that was a cute way to draw a nose. But a nose can also just be a scribble. It can be a letter of the alphabet, have a nose be an R. It can be an object, like I love to draw sometimes to demonstrate this. A tiny can of beer can be a nose. So go ahead and draw. You can do a numeral, a numeral for one, yeah. And then any kind of shape that you know about. And then your go-to nose. Yeah. So then we have our noses. So now eyes, not eyebrows yet, but eyes. So my cousin told me that, and this is where, when you're a little kid, it's really hard to do. She says, but the eyes have to be perfectly matched. And that blue eyes were the most beautiful. That's what we all were told in 1962. So she showed me that the way you can make blue eyes is to just do a circle and then put a dot in there, and somehow that's going to read as blue eyes. All right, so that's one way for eyes. But eyes can also be this. Or they can be this. So go ahead and put some eyes on. All right. Yeah. Now mouths. So again, 1962, the mouth was, you draw this line here, you put the little Cupid's bow, and there's the perfect teenager's mouth. But mouths can also just be, oh, just a little tiny thing. Or they can be worried, or they can be not giving you anything. So go ahead and draw some mouths. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So now the last thing is the cartoonist's secret weapon, which is eyebrows. So here's this teenager maybe looking kind of like a neutral, sort of a neutral face, but guess what? She hates you. Just by doing the eyebrows like that, we can make this person look, what's going on? Lifted eyebrows. We can make this person look a little more worried by making them tilted up like this. So go ahead and draw some eyebrows. Make some uneven up. So there we have it, and these are eight little individual steps to make a face. And so these drawings, with the exception of this one, you and I did them together without kind of any intention. So here we have these 8 characters. And what I love to ask people after we draw these is a couple questions like, which one's drunk? That guy looks pretty drunk to me too. Which one has just had their heart broken?
I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'll go with that one too. Could have also had her heart broken. Which one is experiencing painful urination? Which one has a crush on you, but you're just not feeling it?
Exactly.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So what's wild is I love this idea that these were made without intention. Both you and I did them together, but we can ask, without intention, we can ask what mood these characters are in. And I like this because it lets you know that comics are half what the person is drawing and half the person who's looking at the picture. And when you do this in a group, and each of these characteristics, because you just pass the paper, is drawn by 8 different people, what's phenomenal about it, you can see it here too, is if you hold up the page and you say, if you told somebody one person drew all these pictures, you'd believe them. There's almost like a line that you and I get together, where it looks like one person did this. This might have been the outlier, but these look like one person.
You know what else I find fun to do is play around with the background.
Yes,
Kinda
absolutely.
throw some fun things in there.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to make people be somewhere. I think anybody watching this would be jealous. They really are envious. They really want to try this. It's so wonderful.
It's really fun.
Another fun thing to do with these is you can copy just one of them and try to whatever this poor person experiencing painful urination. You can do 4 panels where you try to change their mood slowly. So you would slowly maybe open their eyes or change the mood of their mouth. But you can do it in, that's one of the exercises I do. So you start with one character and then you change their expression over 2 more pictures or 3 more pictures. And it's surprising how pretty much everybody knows how to do it. Without knowing they know how to do it often. Also, the thing that's wild is when you're making a character, I find that I always have to make the face of the character that I'm drawing. I just unconsciously imitate it, and I found that it's really hard to draw a person screaming if I'm smiling while I'm drawing it, or drawing somebody looking calm if my face is like this. So it's funny how I'm curious about that, about the mimicry of the thing that you're drawing with your own face.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like. The light's off.